you do want to verse melee a lot as Leona just so you have an easy time in lane. And you're just that absolute brick that just does not die.
Stands and delivers and gets to punish if you make that mistake. Well, let's see who will be making a mistake, who will flourish as we enter into another brand new split of the LCO with new faces, old faces, but some of that good old League of Legends that you've come to know and love down under. Let's see then, anything crazy from the level 1 mark. Usually speaking, we say not much happens during the regular split. If anything, tends to happen during the playoffs when people get a little bit more nervous on stage. But once upon a time, we do get a little check-in where players say, you know what, it's day 1. I don't care, let's send it.
Yeah, it's pretty rare now. We don't really see level 1s happening from OSH teams. I think back in the day, you would see it a lot. Like teams would really do their scouting and abuse where people would stand level 1s. As we do see Thian walking into the red here, probably just scouting, but maybe he does want to fight a little bit.
Yeah, he's just going to bop him on his head. Welcome Reneko to the lane. And to the league, for that matter as well, it actually takes place in the bot lane too. His voice starts it up, Kurek responds back, and with that auto from Limas, makes sure that the trade is even. So both supports down to 50, potions are ticking, and it's the race to get level 2.
I do want to touch on the Jhin. I think that this is probably a champ who benefits from the crit chains a lot, and probably that's why they decided to prioritize it in draft so much. That Jhin is a very slept on crit abuser. And being able to have, the 4 crit items into an extra damage item on Jhin is his DPS is pretty much unmatched when it comes to late game.
As you mentioned, right, going from 20% back to 25, so 4 becomes, or 5 items becomes 4. The ability then to spike earlier, but also greed and build other stuff as well. Certainly is going to be a helping hand as we have action from bot to top, into the top lane. Tien is looking to try and go for the solo bolo, but doesn't get the terrain stun. And Reneko now is going to start to answer back as both are bleeding low at 20%, and potions all across the map are being chugged.
Yeah, probably won't see any action more than this from top. Both junglers were piling away. They do prioritize bot lane. It is an 80 carry meta. But you're going to have to see as Gungrab does go low.
Oh no, he's hit the zap. But Kurek with 1 auto attack to spell disaster. It's not meant to go this way. Fantastic flash from Voice though to deny the double. But the Grand Zoro bot lane, the reigning champions, they're online.
And there we go. Kurak's first game on GZ finds first blood on the Leona. Double sums down on Jinx as well. It's going to be very, very hard for Gungrab to navigate the rest of the laning phase now.
Very, very hard, as you say, right? It's not going to be easy for Voice to try and find any moment to try and be aggressive. Still has the Ignite available. Lima's only going to be able to respond back with that barrier, but now you're certainly relying on the Nautilus passive, and the Chomp is more than anything to say, stand back, I just want to farm.
I have to see if Thian does want to play for a 1-for-1 here. He can deny the entire way, but it does go in and hits the slam. Easy as that.
There is no 1-for-1. It's literally, I will kill you and I will get out. From every part of this map, it's just a case of, this is the difference between you and I.
Easy as that. Welcome to the LCO.
Well, what a start, eh? What a start. I suppose mid lane is the most calm of it all.
Yeah, I don't really expect anything much to happen in this matchup, because we do have the replay here for the kill onto Gungrab. I assume it was just a Leona E that hit and they chased him down, but you'll have to see. Exactly that. Flashes the hook. I mean, it's pretty much easy. Bread and butter, they've been in this scenario so many times, it's just too easy.
You would say it's pixel perfect to a degree in both the execution and the outplaying nature too. And certainly does add to the volatility of this bot lane. We know just how strong a Jinx can be given the time to get those 2 items online, but based on the buffs and the patch we're playing on, it's a world debut, isn't it? 14-10, nobody else in the world right now able to see what's being done. So to say that we are the Premier League for all your top level competition, but we're bloody entertaining, and you'll get to see what we do here.
Curious to see if, Gudo is forced to cover here because of Reneko being low, but we'll see if Shern does want to path up and punish here. I assume he won't. He wants to be efficient with these scans, cycle them all the time. He's just going to bait Gudo into wasting time covering here. And, just constantly farm, become as strong as he can on this brand.
Yeah, absolutely, and obviously with that new addition in the jungle role, basically an AP Barmy Cinder, hold that for 2 seconds because Voice has gone in, regrets it immediately, it gets punished by the 4th shot. Kurek across the wall says, where are you going, buddy? And he says, right back to base, but Limis says, not if I can help it. Kurek tanking up the tower, not enough damage because they're only level 4, hits him with the fadeaway zap thereafter, and really are showcasing that, yeah, we might be a new bot lane pairing, but we're absolutely crushing it.
Oh, walking into Shern here.
We are walking into Shern, and Gudo, that is not the face check you want to do there, buddy. Fido, with 3 points into the Gatling gun, says you can face check me, but I'll win.
Yeah, curious to see, since Fido is deciding to go for the Halo Blades EMAX, if he wanted to go for the double lethality opener. I think that is Corki's strongest build right now. Like going double lethality into full crit after that, I think that like it sort of cushions his early game a bit into the late game strength, but we'll see what he wants to do.
Somebody has told us that he likes to experiment with weird and wacky things, and we've seen a whole host of different builds available online as to people figuring out what does this Corki build look like, be it mid lane or to where its rework is meant to be, with a lot of the AP ratios removed to try and favour it towards more physical damage. He's going to come back to lane now with that serrated Dirk to just try and snowball a little bit harder with the 10 CS lead he currently has. Bot lane, you'd say that Gunkrab has done a phenomenal job despite being down all this pressure, is still keeping pace here with Limes, but I don't think they're going to slow down anytime soon with their aggression. Level 6, only 1 level away. Yes, Flash may just be up in time, but Cleanser's not far away.
No vision. See if Show does find the seconds.
Oh, I don't know if it's enough, Tally. I think it's too little too late. It's going to come up as he might just fall on down. Churn jumps in, puts him to burn, gets him low, voice ticking down. Limes picks it up for his second of the game. And Goodo, unfortunately for him, second time in the area, just too little too late. Fido zapping on through, just hits him with the drive-by, and Kurek tanking up the tower. Perfect execution down to 30 HP. It's a double. It's an absolute disaster as the only kill goes the way of Voice.
Yeah, I mean, Ground Zero are just on the front foot this entire game, and they still have the late game as well. Like, this is kind of very scary to be a Mammoth fan here when you see how strong Ground Zero are in the early game. They're just constantly on the aggression. I think they're doing a really, really good job at snowballing like the double summoners that were blown early game. Gunkrab has pretty much been unable to like CS comfortably this entire time.
Yeah, it's been very rough. It's right back again, and it all stems from Kurek's unbridled aggression, right? Every single time he gets an opportunity to go in, he takes it, and with the backing of his team, they're just winning.
Yeah, I mean, like, unfortunately, Shern did like decide to go for a bit of both instead of going for the Gunkrab, but Fido with mid priority rotates down, and it's just easy picking from there.
And here's easy pickings. So one Serrated Dirk becomes 2 now as he's got 2 kills to his name. Goodo conflicted. Do I go top? Do I go mid? Void Grubs get stolen. The Charm connects the knock-up, and Schönfire may be dead. He's buying as much time as he can, and that forces Goodo to commit. So Fido trades back from him, and then Tien roams from top into the river and says, well, I'll pick up an assist because now my Corki has 4.
And Limus just 1v2. He just chads them off. Like, no, you can't dive me.
It's crazy. What is going on in this game?
And we have 1 Dirk for each hand in the mid lane.
It is unbelievable how this game is panning out. I'm sure Fido, probably the happiest of them all, right, is individually been phenomenal. Hasn't found himself in the strongest rosters as of late. I think we said he went on like an 8-loss streak to close out when he last played. But to have that level of faith shown in him and to hit a new champion, I mean, it's the same champion, just reworked slightly. The muscle memory is there, and the results are proving pretty successful.
Yeah, speaking of Fido, he's always been known as a strong laner. It's just his downfall was always his over-aggression. Like, he was always a pretty easy lane in the game, but, you know, that could come down to, like, his teammates not being able to support him properly. But, like, now he has Schönfire, like, he has the jungler. Like, if it's his time to find success, it's now.
Certainly is finding it then. A 6-0 combined score between both of those major carry threats as Tien is able to bully away Reneko back towards the fountain. That's going to open up even more of a CS deficit there, up by 25, which is monumental. And it's not going to stop the aggression taking place anywhere else on the map though, because Kurek, I mean, he's just got the Zenith Blade on a T. It's going in on CD. Solar Flare goes that, cleansed immediately by Gunkrab, who is so far back, he can't even get to his tower.
Yeah, and it's just like they've taken over the 3rd quadrant. We'll see if Goodo does want to go in here.
Oh no, he's missed the punch in. And that's actually overextended himself as a result of this one. Goodo has no ultimate. Has he baited his team in because Praetor across the wall has the ability to dash on through. Kurek with the flash to try and bait the position a little bit more. Limes with that 4th shot. Not enough to get Gunkrab low. He's down to 50, as is the Ari. And Voice, fresh off a reset, comes in. Chompers go down. Charm kill reset. We're getting excited. The Jinx is getting excited. And the Jinx is running away. Flash to deny the skill shot. Limes, with no mana, is waiting for that gun to reload. Out it comes. And Voice, you were grey a second ago. You're about to be grey again. And for you, Gunkrab, if it's not for my gun reloading, you're dead too.
Finds the auto in the end there. So unfortunate for Gunkrab. He all of us go down.
It's just comedy. It's comedy.
I respect the effort. You know, it works 1 in 100 games, you know? That could have been it, but unfortunately there is a pink ward.
That pesky ward, denying his ability to try and outplay with that cheeky Hex Flash. Well, let's check in with top lane again. As we mentioned before, this probably would be the biggest divide at the moment. Yes, you could say in isolation, Lemus being up 5 kills is a pretty big deal, but I don't think top laners get their flowers as much as they deserve. Let's interrupt that. Check out the replay again.
Yeah, so this is just, you know, Shenpai overextending, doesn't have flash, being punished by the Vi. But I think this is just a bit of a gold gap. You know, GZ just show up and they're kind of muscling them out of their own jungle when they shouldn't be. You know, lower on health, down ultis. Nice hook by Voice here, finds Fighter as he does go down, and Lemus is like, hell no, boys. This is my job now. And, you know, it's just a bit of a cleanup.
It really was at the end of the day. Out of the replay, back to the same part of the map as the curtains get called. The double kill is found. It is a 7-1 Jhin. And now we understand that on this patch, in this player's hands, it may just be the best pick in the game.
Yeah, this is like, I mean, it's even hard to judge champion strengths based on how strong they are right now. I think that they're kind of just demolishing them as their teamwork is just a bit too good.
It's certainly is too good. 5k is the lead right now. We're not even at 12 minutes into the game so far, and the reigning champions are showing why that trophy does reside with them at the moment. New players, but the same old outcome, it would seem, as Voice has to try and get a little bit creative to Valkyrie. Not even the ability to use Flash there, to disrespect to say, you will not land this hook. He gets away.
You know, I respect the try there. Like, that's what they have to do to be able to get back in the game. Like, they can't just, you know, play stock standard and hope they're just gonna, enemy team's gonna throw. Those are the kind of plays you need to do if you want to find success.
We're going to try and sneak their way in here to the Void Grubs to get a few of those to at least give themselves a fighting chance of taking down some towers, at least getting some, you know, objective bounties. 4 to the name so far, soon to be 5. That's a pretty big win. As that happens, the supports hold the wave in mid lane, but unfortunately for Voice, he has no disengage. So he'll get stunned, and he'll just get smashed on down by 2 major damage threats.
Do you think next game, Voice could be like, alright, Gungrab, it's your turn. I'm playing AD now. I don't want to deal with this.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, honestly, that would definitely add a level of spice to their combo as to how do you draft against this team. But hold on a second. Fido's picked up the collective. He collects a kill into an Echo. Predator is dashing left, right instead of looking like a cute anime girl and gets it done. That's his third of the game. The role swap player is looking to try and be the beacon of hope for their team right now because his lane is getting absolutely crushed. Just at a range as Gungrab as Lemus is forced to run away. The rocket is not lethal and he gets to limp out on 50 health. Can you believe it, Tally? Goodo's gonna die. He's pissed off. And Voice, he's stunned in place. Gungrab left, right. He cannot dash. He cannot deny as the curtain takes 2 again.
Oh, just a smidgen away, and that auto would have landed onto Lemus, and it would have been a completely different fight. But once again, like, this is just these tiny little gaps that are being abused. Like, Lemus just walking on the turret there and playing so aggressive and getting away with it just because he's so strong.
But does this not just feel like the most classic OS game, right? Where we aren't just having an AFK farm fist till 25 minutes. You know, we're just in and we're fighting, right? The fact that we have 29 kills in only 14 minutes, yes, you could argue it's first day jitters, but for me, it's a case of showcasing, look, there's a big canyon separating our 2 teams.
I know, this is why OS is just the greatest region in the world. Like, you couldn't find entertainment like this anywhere else.
Well, physically they can't because their leagues haven't even started yet, so they're going to have to come and watch us, you know? There's no arguing with those kind of facts. But for me, look, you hate to be a caster and say this game is looking a little bit doomed, but to check the scoreboard, to be down 8,000 gold, you're not even at 15 minutes yet, you see a Jhin that is 10-1. This is a classic Lemus where he's posting a solo queue screenshot showcasing just how good he is. Because Fido in the side lane, he's getting it done. A TP to back him up, Voice rocks up, says, I could try and stop you down, but actually he's going to get typed as well. Voice has not had a welcome introduction to playing the supportive position. Ooh. Fido, what are we doing? Now he's playing Kirak. He's the one tanking up the towers. The rogue hook from a mile away. He tried. Oh, the rocket! The rocket from downtown to try and snipe it, but they just can't get anything.
It's so hard to find like any window. Like, all these champs are so hard to kill. The damage they're putting out is insane. Like, honestly, Corki is not fair. Like, we just saw the damage he did to Ari there. That shouldn't be in the game as... Hello?
That is not fair too, Tally. We've talked about Corki. There's Jhin. There is Jhin. Now 12-1. At what point do we start to say riot?
AD carry's fine, guys. I promise you it's not broken.
It needed to be buffed, okay? It needed to be buffed because it was far too weak. We've made it easier for them to level, so they're not going to be down, what, 2 levels to their top laners. They're going to have even more gold. They're going to have a Zephyr if we even reach level 15. I don't think that's required, quite honestly, because Fido's just walking into a bruise and saying, huh?
Just
You have no completed item, man!
face tank every Q, out damage him. Easy. You know, okay, honestly, the best thing about the AD carry changes is, like, I'm so happy to see all, like, the AD carry players on Twitter just stop, like, the where, my role is so bad. Like,
We love a good Twitter rage post. We love a rage post. But, look, they're going to try and rage into this team fight because Mammoth surrounded by 4. Try to take down a lonely Leona support. Look how long!
Oh.
There's no way. There's no... Look at the smile on this man's face. He knows. How did I, as a Leona, get 1 in a 1v4?
I couldn't tell you, Skinny, honestly. I don't know how he did it either.
That's broken.
Kurek is just him.
He is him. This is why he got paid the big bucks and got the contract to join this team. Gun Crab, oh. Just play safe mid, guys.
Honestly, like, okay, if we look at it a bit, like, more seriously, like, Mammoth are in a really hard spot. All they can really do is catch waves in an aggressive manner to hopefully bait Ground Zero to, like, overextend and chase them like this and allow other lanes to push out. As you can see, like, 2 are showing bot here, which means Praedyth and topside is allowed to get more control of his lane. And in transition from that, like, boys could walk in topside, get vision. Just a little win, like a little tiny win. But there's not really much you can do when you have 3 lanes of no prio in this kind of game state where, like, champs can easily 1v2 you.
Well, this is the kind of game where we can talk about Hopium and say, well, if they can get an objective bounty, if they can get a champion bounty, maybe, just maybe, there's a world in which we can keep this one competitive. But they're down by so much gold. Shern's already picked himself up the Magi, 16 stacks, because he wants us to remember that he's also a major focus of this comp, whereas we look at the likes of the Corki and Jin and say, wow, how impressive is that? Tien is getting excited as a carry top lane Poppy. And you're thinking, where does Mammoth find their opening? Because as far as objectives go, I mean, the dragon is there, but I don't really think Ground Zero care about getting the soul. It's a distant afterthought. They'd rather get kills.
Yeah, and Fido is, like, playing this pretty impeccably. Like, he's not allowing Mammoth to find the pick onto him to be able to get back into the game. He's respecting, you know, even when they're ahead so far, like, he's still playing with as much caution as possible. Praedyth is really committing to this play. He's been in this push for a long time. We'll see if Fido does overextend here.
Stop playing the Jaws music. Da 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 da. Would he face check? Oh no, Praedyth! You had one opportunity. You waited so long and you've missed the charm. He's flashed. Oh, just out of range. Dashing from that rocket that would have been lethal. Fido is eventually going to fall on down. The shutdown connecting by Goodo, who finds his third of the game and gets a bunch of gold.
Nothing feels worse than playing safe for that long and they're just there the whole time. As Leona does go out.
Unfortunately for Voice, he can't really play as safe as he would like because he flashes out of one thing, still cops a whole bunch of damage as they continue to siege. 4v5 in the mid lane. They're not going to really be too deterred by the fact that you have a numbers advantage because they have a wallet advantage.
I'm talking about wallet advantage. I'm a bit curious about, like, the individual gold leads right now. I want to see if Jin is up, like, 6,000?
Here we go. Let's see. Oh. Ooh, you were right on the money. And your prize today is getting to cast the LCO. Up by 6,000 gold is Limes. Where's the screenshot? Somebody has to screenshot this because this is a crime.
I think this might be a record, honestly. Like,
maybe.
Biggest individual gold lead at, like, this time of the game. That's insane.
That is insane. I can't think of anything from distant memory that rivals that. I mean, we talk about things like Flame Horizons, right? Being up by 100 CS, but to be up by this much gold, Praedyth. Nowhere on this map is safe right now. Literally, where are you getting run down by Leona?
Oh boy.
Where the observers can't keep up with the pace. I mean, are we looking at top? Is Voice dying? Is Reneko dying? Well, unfortunately, for them anyway, both of them are dying. And look, these respawn timers are getting longer and longer, and maybe that's a good thing, as they can try and recompose themselves to get ready for what their game 2 looks like.
Yeah, honestly, like, at least Mammoth are making them work for it, you know? Like, they're not just, like, falling over, giving them the Nexus for free. They're still making them chase them around, you know, good on them. But we'll see if GZ is able to close out the Baron the game with 1 Baron. I think they're going to get Baron, reset, and they should be able to do it with 1 push, but, you know, anything can happen in Oceania, as we were seeing.
Well, so it can. Yeah, I mean, really running out of things to try and describe this one, right? It's definitely a case of we tried the cook, it's not worked, we're paying the price now. and we have to endure the suffering that is this game. 20 minutes, 43 kills. Gudo jumps in, instantly gets stunned, hits the ultimate. Voice says, I'll back you up. They both fall on down as a result. The Herald is connected. Voice surrounded by the entirety of Grand Zero and realizes that I can't engage if my team's not there to back me up. Reneko says, how about I go in? Single file, one by one. He tries to dash across the wall, stands and delivers, pretends to cosplay a red buff camp and dies for a triple as Phyto and Lemus are basically in a battle to see who can get more kills.
But just the flash charm coming here, but I don't think they have the damage to follow it up.
Well, there's an ace. There is our first ace of the second split of this year. And what a welcome introduction. If you're a long-time LCO viewer, welcome back. I'm sure you're used to this kind of carnage and chaos, but if you're a new viewer checking out what's happening in the league circuit for Split 2, well, this is what we like to do down under. We have massive divides like this. Your reigning champions in Grand Zero showcase why that is, as they win in only 21 minutes.
What a showing, honestly, from GZ. I think that, like, even though it was a stomp, you got to give it to them. They had a really